Today we're going to make a maple pumpkin trifle. It is layers of maple pound cake and crunchy pecans and a creamy no-bake pumpkin cheesecake filling. All together, the flavors just meld into one beautiful dessert that is perfect for fall. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new and delicious recipe. Let's get into it. So, first step in our trifle, which is pretty simple, right, is that we are going to make a no-bake cheesecake layer situation. So, go ahead and get your cream cheese into the bowl of your stand mixer. If you have thought ahead and you've pulled it out of the refrigerator and it is temped, congratulations. Mine's not, per usual. So we're just gonna go ahead and get that in our stand mixer first. Paddle attachment first. Just wanna like loosen this up. Just get it nice and smooth. Just kind of let it loosen and soften. All right, so it's like smoothed out a bit. It's kind of created a paste and we're happy with that stage. Now, we're gonna take our sugar. I've got dark brown sugar, and granulated sugar, maybe. And we're gonna let that beat in until you don't see like visible granules of sugar. You wanna really let that beat in until it's nice and silky smooth. Now I'm gonna get some of my brown sugar has decided to live at the bottom, so I'm gonna get that out. So I've got a nice silky smooth paste. It almost looks like buttercream in a way, that silky texture, and that's great. So I'm gonna add my vanilla and my pumpkin spice. This is my pumpkin spice mix-up recipe that's up there. Super easy to pull together. I like to make it in big batches. That way I can just make all the things. Or I can put it in my oatmeal. We'll beat that in. All right, and now we're gonna add our pumpkin in. This is pumpkin puree, nothing special about it, just get it in there. All right, one more swirl about the bowl, and then we are gonna switch to our whisk attachment and we're gonna add our heavy cream. I know, it's kind of sneaky. And that way it kind of creates this like nice, voluminous, soft base that's like almost like, it tastes like cheesecake, but it's soft and light and airy, and it's gonna be perfect in our trifle. And in she goes. And then we are going to put all of our cream in. It's gonna look like a hot mess, but we're not scared. Start off slow. And just keep on whisking. Turn it up a little bit. All right, we'll go ahead and it's not, you know, we're basically gonna take it to kind of stiff peaks, but I'm just scraping down the sides and really making sure that everything is incorporating in a nice, even fashion. And just turn that up. Ooh. This is what's up. This is what's up. All right. But you see what we got here? You see how that, like a stiff peak? Bam, we in business. And now we can quickly cut our cake and get trifling, get a layer in. Whoop, whoop. Now I'm gonna toast a couple pecans. Pop these on a tray. I'm gonna use these between the layers, then also a little garnish. Pop those in the oven. So what we're gonna put inside our trifle is my maple pound cake. You can buy a store-bought version, or any of your favorite pound cake would be amazing in here. So we're gonna go ahead and slice this. It's about like 2/3 of the full pound cake. And I actually just kind of kept it in the freezer until I was ready to do this, to make a trifle. It doesn't really matter how you slice this, right? You just want kind of, you know, bite-sized pieces. You don't wanna like have to chew on the piece that you get. So we need a bigger bowl. Understood. And now we've got our cake cut. And we're ready to assemble our trifle. I've got my maple syrup. I have my cake cut. And then I've got my pumpkin no-bake cheesecake filling. That was a mouthful. And then I've got some unsweetened whipped cream, which I'm gonna go put in the fridge just to like make sure it stays cold while I assemble. All right, I like to start with a little bit of my, my cheesecake at the bottom. Not a ton, just like enough to kind of cover the bottom and give the cake something to stick to. Sometimes I find a spoon is the easiest way. Like sometimes it's hard to get an offset in the bottom of these, so a spoon is good. Great. And now we are going to crumble or put some of our cake on the bottom. And it's a trifle, so it's not a serious situation. So we aren't gonna be persnickety about would replace it. I know, it's me we're talking about, but I can do this. Make sure it covers the whole bottom. And then we are gonna do a nice big layer of the pumpkin no-bake cheesecake. Just go ahead and get that all up on there. And then we are going to, oh, I forgot to drizzle with maple syrup. Oh, we'll get it on the next layer. All right, go ahead and get your cake in there. About half of what's left. Okay, and then give it a nice drizzle with the maple syrup. I know, I totally forgot. It's so upsetting. I mean, the cake is maple, but still, like everybody wants a nice soak of maple syrup. I'm just saying. And put the remainder of your pumpkin no-bake cheesecake situation on there. Get the rest of your cake in there. And then go ahead and put your crumbles and pecans on this top layer. If you want to put them throughout, you can totally do that. I didn't want like an obnoxious amount of pecans in there. Like you don't want it to be like overwhelmingly pecan-y. But yeah, maybe do that. Get your drizzle on. Bam. Can't wait to eat this. And now for the whipped cream. So we've got our pecan maple pumpkin situation going on in there, and we're just gonna do our last layer with a plain whipped cream. You could sweeten it if you'd like. I just didn't really, want that extra sweetness with all the maple and everything that's already going on in there. Just kind of get it out to the corners. So for the final finishing flourishes, we are just going to do a couple pecans on the top, and then maybe a drizzle or so of the maple syrup. I don't know, whatever you're feeling. And then a little flourish, if you will, of maple syrup, because why not? Oh, yes. Ta-da! And now we have made a pumpkin maple trifle. So we'll take this and we'll put it in the refrigerator, and I like to let it sit for a couple hours, just the flavors melt and the maple will soak in, and it'll all be like nice and just really, oof, wonderful. So into the fridge. It is time to try. Now I have let these melt, the flavors melt about a hot minute, so because no patience around here. But I can assure you it's still gonna be delicious. Get myself a nice scoop. All that creamy goodness in there. Oh dear. Super excited. Make sure I get like all the layers, Wow. The cake is super soft, and the maple of the cake has like melted with the pumpkin. It's like a little tang from the cream cheese, which tempers the sweetness of the filling, and like you get like a little crunch from the pecans. Perfect. Tastes like fall.